Welcome to another live session at the Blunt Lab. I am Al, joined by my brothers Gabe, Marcus, Rick, and Matt. What's going on, fellas?
What up? What up? What up?
What's
¿Cómo
up?
está, mi padre?
Yeah, the intro went a lot smoother today because our producer is back.
Hey, welcome
She's
back.
back in the building. Shout out Micah.
Yes, Micah.
So,
We missed you.
all right, I'm going to start it off with inquiring minds real quick. We'll go around the room with this question. Whoever wants to pop it off first, feel free. Just jump right on in. And if you're listening out there, feel free to chime on in as well. So the question today is, if you ever became a villain, what would be the reason?
Hmm.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Let's do it.
Really simple. Hurting the people that I love. Yeah, I could see me being a villain. Probably wouldn't get there, but if it was gonna happen, it would be because somebody just took out something. Somebody took out a chunk of people that I love, or something along those lines. Pretty easy. Pretty easy. Or being in a different place. You know what I mean? I guess if I was more oppressed, I'd probably be more apt to be a villain as well.
Right on, right on.
So you're saying if you were black, you'd be a villain?
I could see why in this particular version of the simulation, yeah. If you know what I mean, sure. That could be a reason to make me a villain. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'd have to be in the situation to know it for sure, but that kind of thing. I could see where feeling oppressed all around me, regardless of the reason, would push me to that. And that could be the reason, you know.
Sounds good. Who's next?
I'll take it since my answer kind of correlates with his. I think if the day my mama, my dad, or my daughter leave this earth, I will kill anybody and anybody who tries me. At that point, you took the three most things that I cherish in this world. Don't try me, because you'll be in a casket the next day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fuck with my babies.
Senor Gabe.
I have to agree with Rick and Matt. I mean, Rick, you hit on everything too of the whole family thing. And I think that's gonna be the consistency, with everybody here in the panel. Death of a family member, like daughter, mother, father, whatever, it'll definitely turn one of us into the dark side, so to speak.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, fuck with anybody that's close to my heart, and it'll definitely turn me bad.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, little bro? But before you say something, I want to tell you this. The last time I seen you, nigga, was the last time I seen the sun. Proceed.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Nice.
He look like he's thinking real hard right now, bro.
I thought his shit was frozen. I was like, oh, this nigga's going through some shit.
Hey, that newborn got him feeling crazy.
It might be delayed.
Oh, is he
Do we
hearing
still
you?
have you? I don't know. He might be delayed. Oh,
See
shit.
you, Marcus?
Wait,
Uh-oh.
wait, y'all saying something to me?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
shit.
Oh
Ah,
no.
shit.
They got me.
He talk about
Yeah, that's
shit.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Man,
I dropped the best line ever, and you didn't even hear it, bro. Damn.
Yo,
Damn.
did you hear any of what we said?
I don't know.
I'm
You
not-
didn't hear
yeah,
anything?
Yeah. God damn it.
Man, that was
Oh,
worth
man.
Well,
Well, I guess I'll go ahead since he's working some stuff out there. Oh, he's back. Hello.
And I'm going to the phone.
Hello.
My fault.
Welcome back, Marcus.
Hey,
Oh,
what's
no
up?
worries, man. No worries. This is the beauty of being live, man. This is the
The
beauty
best
of
part
being
about
live.
being live.
God damn it.
So you heard absolutely nothing.
No. I didn't hear anything
Damn.
anybody
Wow.
I heard it was a delay, but I was like, maybe it'll come back to me, And no, I didn't. 'Cause I'm
You gotta
Did you
trying
hear
spit
the
your line
question?
for him. Yeah, spit your
Did you
line for
did
him.
you hear the Did you hear the question at least?
to.
Oh shit. Okay.
Damn.
So the question is, what? Thank you for joining us, by the way. If you ever became a villain, what would be the reason? Did I lose him
Backstage.
again? Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay.
Holy
There he
shit.
is. Are you on mute? Are you on mute? I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, okay. There we
No,
go.
can you hear me? Okay, I'm good.
Oh, jeez.
Say it again.
If you ever became a villain, what would be the reason?
A villain in whose eyes, though? Like what context?
Ooh. I like that.
What would
Oh,
make
good
you?
question.
What would make you become a villain?
I
You
What would have to
mean,
happen in your life to
Yeah.
make you become a villain?
honestly,
What would turn you from the Batman to the Joker?
Or Superman, intellect Luthor.
I don't know, man. It's gonna sound a little corny, but I don't know that I would ever, because I'm looking at the bigger picture of everything. Like, because I look at it like that would mean like I'm turned away from God. Not to get religious, but I don't know that anything could do that. I mean, outside like losing family and everything, like I don't know, man. I don't have that rebellious spirit. Like somebody does some harm to me, like, oh, I'm gonna get you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm about that action like that no more.
You better than me, cause I'll be ready to fucking fire somebody ass up.
Like with this baby,
You
I mean,
see?
I tend not to think
See?
about it. So I mean, I would guess if there's something happened to him or to his mother, I guess, but
What do
I
y'all
try
got?
not to think about it.
I'm gonna put a money line on it. How long do y'all think until Marcus really hits him that he's a dad and he changes
That
his
takes-
mind real
That
quick?
takes
Real quick.
the first scary moment. That first time that
Yep.
something happens with the baby and it scares the shit out of you.
Yep.
That's what
What
I'm
I'm
thinking. The
saying.
first scary
I
moment.
mean, like in context of like a villain, like what does that mean? Like, does that mean like the Batman, the Joker? Am I turning evil? Like I'm just gonna go out here and just start fucking people's lives up just because my life's not what I want it to be, or
I
is it like,
wouldn't call it a just because. I would just say like the good spirit that you are, you let shit slide now that maybe if something crazy happened, you wouldn't let that shit slide anymore.
oh yeah, then that would just be like losing. I wouldn't even say just losing like you guys or like my mom or my pops or something. I would say losing y'all under some bullshit, like
That's
natural causes.
That's
or
kind of
like,
what all of our
yeah.
answers have
that's
been.
kind of what my shit was. It's like if shit went down, it was fucked up, and I couldn't get justice for you.
Yes.
I would be that guy that would, you know what I mean? Even if it was more like Batman, because even Batman is really most of the time a vigilante. Like he takes out motherfuckers. You know, he takes them to jail. If
He's
you
kind
turn
of a villain.
if you turn that one element into like he killed them, like you know, some motherfucking Daredevil or some Deadpool or some shit. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking we would
Facts.
turn more like Ghost Rider. Be almost like a spirit of vengeance.
Yeah. But see, that's what I mean. Like, I wouldn't look at that as necessarily being a villain. Like, I feel like that would be justified. Like, I look at a villain like you just doing shit just to do it. Like, you just
Bro,
shitting in
murder
people's
is wrong,
just
bro. Any way
because.
you look at it, bro. Whether you do
No,
it for good.
hey, there's some justifiable homicides out
Well,
there.
you see,
There's
yeah,
some
I
justifiable
agree with
homicides.
justifiable homicide. You know, I totally agree with justifiable
By
homicide.
the definition, that makes you the villain.
I mean,
Yeah, so
yeah. I mean,
if
but you can say you're the villain in somebody's story. Like
if
everybody's
somebody's
probably a
eating
villain.
popcorn too loud and Al's in the fucking movie theater with him, he gonna kill him and say it was
You better
justified.
hope I don't have a Negan bat, because you're gonna end up looking like Glenn. You know what I mean?
That's some natural villain shit though. That's not,
Yeah.
See,
Yeah,
Al can't even
that's
answer this
salacious.
question because he is a villain already.
I know, for real. That's
And
I hate
in my
to say it.
opinion, I
Homelander
feel like I'm
every time.
justified. You know, I feel like I'm
That's your
justified.
problem. That's the problem right
know?
there.
That's what a
'Cause
villain.
my thing is,
Most
here's the
villains
thing:
do.
if you're
Most-
eating anything, no one else needs to hear it.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I have to hear you chew, and if I can hear you chewing above a movie,
Nah, that's crazy.
you deserve for me to hit you in the face with a baseball bat repeatedly
But I'm
until you're permanently silenced if you're
But
doing some
most-
shit like that.
and
That's
most
Al
villains
at
do think that
AOL.com.
they're. A lot of villains think that
Yeah,
they're
you know,
justified, though.
if
That's the thing.
if Al ever got superpowers, God,
God help everybody.
Homelander made
I
hope
don't
I
even want to
fucking-
think about that, bro. It's gonna be a very dark world.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
be
gonna dig a
quiet now
hole
for
and
a
bury myself
year
in
and
it.
a half for a
You
real.
know what? I know, Al. I know we call you Homelander, but I don't know, man, because Homelander's a little bitch made in a lot of ways. Like Al, I don't really think
He
you are.
is.
Like I feel like you're crazier than Homelander.
Probably.
He
I
has
mean,
that Homelander way of thinking about that type
Yeah.
of shit.
That's
Yeah.
what we're saying.
They got-
The Homelander
That's
is
that
the way
Homelander
he thinks.
mindset.
And it's- and
That
it's why-
Homelander mindset.
and it's why when I say some of my traits are similar to like Klaus and Damon, like a lot of their traits on the show are somewhat bitch made, but a lot of the way they handle things when they get emotional
Mhm.
because of the power they have, like, yeah, go ahead and piss me off. I have no problem snapping your neck if I know I can do it
Right.
and get away with it. I have no
Right.
problem draining you of blood if I can do it and get away with it. I'm actually, helping the earth because we're a disease. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the cure. How you doing?
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Now you sound like Dinos, bro.
Oh my god.
That's Marcus at AOL.com.
I
If
didn't
Marcus
say it.
if
at
I
Al
didn't say
AOL.
could
it.
do this and take out half the population,
Yeah, well, he probably would, bro.
I already said I'd snap my finger twice just to
Yes.
make
Oh,
sure.
It wouldn't be a
Oh.
random thing though. He would be able to list more than 50%.
Yeah.
that
A lot of
motherfucker
people got
would
to
kill
go.
off
A lot of-
99%.
Everybody
Oh,
that choose loud. Everybody
You
that
can't-
drives like
Got to
shit.
go.
You can't get the Infinity Gauntlet out. We can't. We got to keep it out your hands, bro.
Flag, and don't try to
And
be
look,
flag out front.
I'm just asking you guys if I do happen to get it, just don't try to take it back. Okay. I love you guys.
No,
And I don't want
you're
things
not
to go
getting it.
south.
Bro,
Okay.
you're not snapping, bro. You saw they didn't let Thor snap.
Dude,
Thor would have fucked the world up. Like, shit. He was
if
in
you
a
get
bad
that shit, I'm
mindset.
gonna fight you for it.
Yeah. Nah,
See?
you
So
worse.
you
than
niggas are just gonna
Thanos,
make me
man.
snap my fingers that much quicker. I
Oh,
might just use
shit.
both hands. Be like, boom.
Hey,
and
if you snap me out, then that's on you.
and I'm gonna turn to Rick, be like, you did this to us. All right? You did this.
It was your fault.
Again,
It's
I'm always
crazy.
gonna find a way to justify my actions. That's just the way it is. I don't
I'm
care how it
saying,
sounds.
most
That's a
villains
very
do, though.
villain way of thinking, pal.
Yeah, most
You made
villains will
a
justify
good
it.
young man. That's on you, Rick.
But yes, I don't really need to answer that question. I think we all know. Fuck around and find out is how I'll answer that question. Before we move on, I'm just going to make a quick mention of this. I need to find out some more information, but some things have been made. Someone made me aware of certain things in a Queens public high school. Queens High School of Teaching Liberal Arts and Sciences. Apparently, there's a Jewish teacher who is extremely racist.
Mm.
So once I get all the information, I'm gonna blast her out here. I have her Facebook information and Instagram information. I'm gonna be sure to put it out there for y'all. Just to give you an example of what she said to one of her students who is from the Middle East. She was like, hey, how do you feel about what's happening to your people? Before the kid could answer, she was like, well, you had to see it coming. They deserve it.
Oh
Like-
no.
That's the
Who-
shit that gets me every time. It's the people who their people went through shit who want to try to throw it back on somebody else.
That
Like,
is crazy.
So like if that's how you feel, And then another thing, another Jew had a problem with Juneteenth. She was like, why would they make that a national or federal holiday? Like, what's the purpose? I wish I was actually there for that conversation because I would have replied with, well, if that's how you feel about Juneteenth, then why should we give a fuck about the Holocaust, you dumb cunt?
well, there's to be devil's advocate here. I don't agree with her, but I do in a certain extent because it shouldn't be one day. It should be every fucking day.
But I don't think that was her point.
It wasn't. That's why I say I agree, but don't at the same time. Because it should be every fucking day. One day is crazy, and I'm sorry, cancel me if you want, but these gay motherfuckers get a whole month. And my black family that I love, that I've also made one of, gets a day. Shut the fuck up. Veterans who fought for this fucking country and soil that we live on today get one day.
Mm.
Like, what are we talking about here?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's Queens High School of Teaching Liberal Arts and Sciences. Once I get all the information I need, we're gonna go ahead and blow this bitch up.
Do you have
No
any?
pun
Do
intended.
you have any
I-
video?
You know what? Here's the thing. Some of the kids started recording some of the shit she was saying, but right when she was walking away, not at the heat of some of these discussions. But apparently, like this has been going on because there's a Instagram feed where students from 10 years ago are commenting on how this bitch was racist to them.
Are they
She
able
also,
to okay, man.
when it comes to black students, Muslims, anyone of color, she feels as if that it's a waste of time to try to teach them because they're not going to amount to anything.
Jesus.
So yeah. We're gonna get into it.
Hey,
I'm
before we
surprised
move
she
on,
hasn't been fired already.
Yeah,
Wow.
well, of
Shout
course
out
she's not
Kate.
gonna get fired. She's Jewish. Why would they
she
fire
gotta
her?
Nah,
get-
they
She
even
gotta
then,
get
though.
fired, bro. She gotta get
Nah,
fired
that's
and
nonsense,
get her ass
bro.
kicked too in the process.
Pimpin',
Y'all
she's
can't-
extremely
you can't
fortunate
You
that
can't
I
talk
don't
to
have a
kids like
child.
that.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be
Exactly.
talking to anybody like that, let alone children.
I just
Yep.
want to
Yeah,
shout out all the gays. I love y'all. My best friend's gay. It's okay. Don't cancel me, please. Don't cancel me, please.
You sound like that one cracker. Hey, I got one black friend.
Hey, no, it's not like that.
The gay friend he's talking about doesn't even accept the fact that he's gay.
No, he does. Oh, he does.
Wow.
Oh, he does.
Oh,
If you're
Might as well,
watching,
man.
shout out you.
Live your truth, man.
he said,
Live your
"Shut up."
truth.
They're gonna gay bash Matt, and it's gonna be like the opposite of the gay bash. It's gonna be a straight bash.
Hey, if your friend wants to come on the show and let the world know what's going on, hey, he's more than welcome.
Hey, he probably would.
We're allies to all.
I
He
support the
probably would.
lifestyle. I support the lifestyle. I don't support the propaganda and what it's being used for weapon wise.
Amen to that. Keep that shit
Mhm.
away from my kids. But yeah, moving on.
Part of that, as
Matt.
you move, the school part of that is the part of that's disturbing. The schools are allowing that to happen.
Yep.
Yeah, and the kids made, the kids did the right thing by letting the adults know.
Yeah, calling it out.
And they asked the adults, be like, hey, just do something about it. And if you guys don't do anything about it, today was the day they were like, if you guys don't do anything today, we're all gonna walk out. So a ton of the kids walked out of school today because they did nothing. They had all the evidence they needed and they did nothing. So yeah, this is a Jewish teacher at Queens Liberal or whatever the fuck ever. I said, once I get all the information, we need to light her. Hopefully her page doesn't get taken down before then, but once I find out more, we'll get into it.
It's bogus, man.
But Matt, this is only going to take 30 seconds. The UFC was all right. I'm going to say this because I actually had a few words with Marcus about this. The prelims was better than the main event, than the main card. You had 3 knockouts in the prelims.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 3 knockouts out of 7 fights in the prelims. But every single fight on the main card was a unanimous decision. And I also told Marcus this. Kamaru Usman proved why I didn't miss him while he was gone. And for you to end the fight saying that you're the boogeyman of the welterweight division, what? So you can lay on people? Yeah, people are going to say it's MMA, blah, blah, blah. You got to look.
It's part of the game, though.
Which I do respect.
Whatever.
I do respect.
I love Usman, bro. I mean, his fighting style sucks. I'm just a fan of him.
Okay, but that's the thing, though. What did he do to Jorge Masvidal, one of the scariest strikers in that division?
That's true.
Absolutely put that man to sleep.
Here's the thing about Jorge
Beautiful.
Masvidal, and I
Beautiful
love Jorge, and I actually mentioned that to him. Take a look at Jorge's record. Jorge's a one-dimensional fighter. There was no way in hell, regardless of how good he was at striking, he was ever going to beat Kamaru.
But that's
He has
my
no
thing.
takedown defense, no
That's
ground
my whole
game.
point. That's my whole point.
Yeah.
So it essentially that's an easy fight. So I mean, it was a beautiful knockout, but an easy fight. You know,
But I
this
mean,
guy.
you got to fight to your strengths, though. That's the whole thing. Like, if you're a good wrestler, like, that's your game. Like, I don't know. I think Usman has shown that he's well rounded enough to get knockouts. But if I go into a fight knowing that you have a glaring weakness, like, I'm gonna exploit that shit.
I mean, yeah, you
Or
And he
sat
some
here,
knows.
fans feel.
you guys sat here last week and said the same thing about Sugar. Like, well, Sugar needs to realize he can't just be a striker; that he's gonna have to change it up based on his fighter. So, I mean, like,
Mhm.
it's got to flip to that, right?
Yeah, that's what
And
it
on top
is.
of that, Joaquin Buckley, you know, again, I'm a fan. I just don't know what kind of camp he had because, like, dude, did you not watch tape on Kamaru? Did you not know that this is what this guy likes to do? I mean,
He thought those
like,
muscles were gonna take him all the
fuck.
way.
Yeah, that card was just effing terrible.
Hey, give it
Uh,
what is it, 2 weeks or so? Wait until Charles Oliveira and Ilya Taporia fight. We're gonna have a
yeah,
good
that's going to
that,
be a
that
good one.
that is gonna be one of the best cards probably
Yeah, that's
ever in
going to
the
be a good
UFC.
one.
Top to bottom, that card, prelims, early prelims, the main event, all of it is gonna be beautiful.
I love Charlie
And
Alex. He gonna lose though.
yeah, he probably will.
Yeah, shut that shit up right
In
now.
in
I love him.
brief,
No, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of Oliver. He's
oh, me
definitely gonna
too.
lose. He's
In
definitely
brief
gonna lose.
NBA news, the Orlando Magic make another stupid move.
Don't even
Oh,
start.
can I say before you guys get into it, as a
Oh, we ain't even
non-Magic
gonna get
fan,
into it.
but as a basketball fan, the Magic did that because they don't know what winning is like. Like, they're not a winning franchise. So that was a mark of a team just doing some shit to do it.
I don't know if it's
For
because I'm a fan, but that kind of hurt my feelings, dude.
I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying, like, that smells of like, oh, we're just gonna do some shit just to do it. Because, like, Bane is solid, but, like,
For what they
for
gave up?
no, that's
Dude,
what I'm saying.
they gave up some shit that you get a fucking superstar for and got Desmond Bain
Yeah,
for it.
I,
and
Which
that
no
don't
hate,
Phoenix pick.
no hate to Desmond Bain, but oh my gosh, he's not worth
Yeah,
5 first-round picks and 2 players.
listen. I tried to put in 4 first-round picks, 2 players, and trade for him. And my PlayStation got mad at me and said that I'm not allowed to play 2K for 2 weeks. But for real, I don't know what the fuck. I think it's back to the point of I tell you guys all the time. Some teams they don't want to go all in to win a championship. They're
They
just
want
a
to sell
business.
tickets.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's gonna help though. They're gonna be a better team. He's a great 3-point shooter.
they're a
They were
better.
Isn't
the
he
worst
injury
3-point
prone?
shooting. No,
He
they were.
is though.
I mean,
He
not.
just
I mean,
missed like
everybody
over
is.
half the season with the Grizzlies, and it's happened multiple times.
I'm saying
He's never
everybody's
even
injury prone.
20 points in a season, and we gave up 4 first-round picks.
Oh no, I'm not gonna talk about the value of it. I'm saying he helps with what the Magic are lacking. Like, he's a
Oh,
scoring wing that can shoot the 3.
They don't
I,
have big men.
He's not the guy. He's never gonna be the guy.
I would have been all right with Fultz and two first-round picks. I said it last week. As much as I didn't want to give him up. I would have given up Fultz and 2 first rounds. But this is disgusting. This is worse than Luka
Cole
trade.
Anthony of all,
I
you're gonna
I
give up
would have
Cole Anthony.
gave up the same shit they just gave up for Giannis
Oh
Right.
no, but
and
I'm
been
saying
cool with it.
but Milwaukee's not accepting that though. Like,
And
that's
now
what I'm saying.
what do we have to trade with now?
Nothing.
But
You
y'all
have
got to
nothing.
remember, Mikal Bridges got traded for essentially the same thing last year from Phoenix to New York.
That trade was even worse.
That's what I'm saying. Luka just got traded straight up for AD. Like, there was no 4 first.
Max
The
Christie a first round and AD for Luca.
Exactly. I
Right.
think that Phoenix pick is the one that hurts me the most because that Phoenix pick has potential to be a lottery pick. So
But
I don't know
that's the
why.
thing though too. Before we end this segment, lottery inflation is a big thing. First round inflation is a big thing. How many guys have been drafted in the first round and really became anything in the recent years? So
Kwame Brown's a Hall of Famer.
yeah,
I mean,
a Hall of Famer of doo-doo basketball.
I'm saying most guys that are great players are first round picks though. Like, there's like a handful of second rounders that are like good.
That's my point. The second rounders here in the last few years, or not even just second rounders, but later on, not a lottery first round, have been better than a lot of the guys getting picked first round. Like, can y'all name me anybody from last year who was a first round pick besides dude who won Rookie of the Year? Kevin Vassell from the Spurs. I think that's
I
his name.
know McCain because he paints his nails. I think that's weird.
Right, but he's a good player. Even
No,
though
he
he's
is.
gay, even though he's gay, he can play
Yeah,
basketball.
that's
So
true.
what you're saying, Matt, is you don't think the first round pick is as
It
valuable?
it shouldn't be as valuable as people make it because of here recently.
Well,
Like if you
we're
But
get
it,
Cooper Flag next year, but what
but
right.
it
still
has to.
you're waiting on these next couple years as to where Miami or
You're trying to win
Orlando's
right now. So
Orlando's trying to get a player who
if we're in the playoffs, our first round pick isn't very valuable.
not always, especially here in the last few years.
Yeah,
Now,
you're,
if Victor Wembanyama it makes it to the playoffs, he's going to be huge.
But I
But
think these first
how many
rounders
players are
are.
you getting?
he's gonna have KD next year. You know they're
I'm
about to
think
saying
sign
so too.
KD.
I
these
think so
first
too.
round picks are valuable because the Magic, this market, they're not getting nobody. 20 years ago, maybe, but nobody's coming here as free agents. Like they built what they have through the draft.
So
The
I should
first round picks, they should value them, and they've been stacking them. So I'm like, I feel like they wasted it. But then again, if they go out and win 56 games next year and get to the conference finals, like, hey man, it made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Well,
He fits what they need though.
but
He's
they
a
gotta.
scoring wing.
We're gonna need a guard now, though. We're gonna need a guard. We're gonna need a legitimate guard now
I
too.
mean, I don't know.
We
I'm a
can't-
casual sitting in my bedroom talking about it, so I don't know shit. But
I'm
You know
saying,
more about basketball than most average watchers of it. Real.
and Jalen Suggs missed most of the season. Like they didn't get to play with their full team, and they're banking on Paolo and Franz taking that next step, to where you don't need to go get a Giannis. Like you got two superstars on your team already.
We
You
need a
just
guard.
need the ancillary pieces. So
well, I'll end it right
Uh-huh.
here, and we can move on if you're ready, Al. But
Yes.
Markel Fultz was a #1 pick, and you see what the fuck he's doing now. So that
but he forgot how to shoot though.
I'll end it right there.
Hey, I'll say that, man. I'll say this to that. Frozen shoulder is a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
You
had
know,
to get it, man. Like
I
something's up.
completely underestimated it until it happened to me. And let
Yeah.
me tell you,
Uh,
I can't shoot the. You remember what Gabe and Marcus, Rick?
Uh,
You remember what my jump shot was?
Mhm.
I
Ben
can't shoot
Simmons?
the ball right now.
Ben Simmons,
Yeah.
Nerlens Noel,
hmm So
Markel Fultz.
this next clip, just go ahead and roll clip. I want to see what you guys know about this.
Video posted to social media appears to show the sole survivor of the London-bound Air India flight that crashed shortly after takeoff. Air India confirmed that Vishwash Kumar Ramesh is the only survivor out of 240 people on board the plane. They said Ramesh is a British national of Indian origin. Ramesh is now being treated in the hospital. Doctors say he is in, quote, not very critical condition.
No shit, he walked away.
The only motherfucking survivor.
What was the movie with the M. Night Shyamalan movie with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson? Unbreakable.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Wonder if it's some shit like that. Like maybe he's fucking meant to do some shit.
Can you imagine the nightmares that would come with that afterwards, being the only survivor?
That's
Yeah.
some serious PTSD right there, dog.
Yep.
You guys think you can handle being the sole survivor?
Oh, I can handle it.
I think I
Like, yeah,
could,
fuck.
but how does that happen? Like, what makes
Very
that
blunt
be?
in how it worked out. Like it's just sheer luck.
240 people die and one dude survives. Like, what did that guy
One.
do?
Like one. Just one.
Like,
And he got up and walked away.
Can you
I
imagine?
don't-
Well, it goes right along the lines of why things happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, it's happened in the past. Somebody jumps out of an airplane and parachute don't open, and somehow miraculously they survive. How the hell does that happen? It
Very
just happens.
true.
I mean, there's something that they fell just in the right way where it didn't. They were able to absorb some of the impact. Who the hell knows? But
Seeing how these planes are built, for him to be the sole survivor and everybody dead. Did they happen to mention what seat he was in?
Maybe the bodies were on him.
11A, I think, is what that caption just said.
Back to and Final
So he was up
Destination
in the front.
right now.
How many people are going to be requesting seat 11A on the plane now?
hey, bro. all I keep thinking is Final Destination, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Final Destination's in theaters right now.
I'm not. I don't know if I'm ever flying again.
Really?
Might have to take a cruise to the Philippines.
Bro, I could send, I could send you 15 car accident videos right now.
But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying with it. Like the way that you got to look at these things is.
I've
that
always said if
there-
you got a commercial
there's
airliner,
this-
it's your day.
But there's plane crashes every day. This shit always happens. But now the media is trying to push this narrative of like,
Yeah.
oh, all of a sudden it's happening so much more now. Don't get on planes, this, and that, to scare everybody. It's a scare tactic.
With
This
the
shit
It
has been
scared me.
happening. This shit has
With the
been
same-
happening forever. But you're more likely to wreck your car than you
Yes,
are to
100%.
die in a plane crash or to even be in a plane crash. Period.
dying in a plane crash in a commercial airliner, the chances of dying, you can win the lottery like 6 times. You have a better chance of winning the lottery 6 times than dying in a commercial airliner accident. Like there are like Cessnas and little planes and things like that that go down a little more often, but commercial airlines, you know how many there are a day?
It happens every
Almost
day.
3,000 flights a day, and there's
It
on
happens
average
every day.
there's like 12 accidents a year that aren't usually don't kill people. You know what I mean? There's these few far between that they kill someone, maybe once a year. You know what I mean? So when you factor in the odds of it, it's again, I'm more apt to like go to jail on a commercial airline because of the people pissing me off than fucking getting in an accident.
Well, hey man, I feel bad for the families that lost loved ones
Me
on that
too.
flight,
Me too.
and congratulations to the dude who survived.
Yeah.
Fuck that dude.
I hope. Yeah, that's Matt at AOL.com.
God.
But let's move on to the good stuff. Movies with Marcus. Now, before we discuss Sinners, Marcus, I have recently watched Captain America: Brave New World, along with Thunderbolts.
Okay.
Captain America.
Terrible garbage.
I'm trying to figure out why people hate Anthony Mackie as Captain America. I'm just starting to just
Because he's black.
believe it's
I was
because
gonna
he's
say, I'll
black.
give you a secret because he's black.
I liked him as Captain America. I like him
Like
as Captain.
people can't
like
stand him,
I didn't like the movie though.
and they actually write it into the movie too, just to even throw it in your face a little bit more. You're not Steve Rogers. Of course he's not. He didn't take the serum. So what he's doing makes him. I mean, come on.
Right. It's a good different character.
And there were good There were good parts of that movie that touched my heart a little bit, especially when the Spanish fellow was in the hospital. Bucky shows up. That was touching. When he saves the original Captain America, gets him out of jail. They have their moment. That was, I thought the movie was good. I don't know why people are hating on it. Thunderbolts, there was a little sound situation with the movie, but I overall thought it was a good movie. Red Guardian was great. I want to touch on there was a couple of lines that stuck out. Because what's her name is in it? Elaine from Seinfeld.
That's why you liked it, because you saw a baddie on the screen.
Oh my god!
Well, I've always liked her. She's aged pretty well. But this was actually this particular line was from Bob. Now I don't know much about Century because I dropped out of the comic book game a long time ago. But when she gets a hold of Century, I can't remember what part of the movie, but essentially he says, "Righteousness without power is just an opinion."
That's a good one.
I was like, "Damn,
Right.
damn."
It's your villain question right there. That's like,
Bro, you feel me?
yes.
I was like, damn. I was like, that was good. Now I want to get to a racist part of the movie. I'm probably the only one who saw this. This might have flew over everybody else's head, but
There it goes.
Elaine, when she gets a hold of Bob, you meet Bob. He's a white guy. He's a dork. He has dark hair, and essentially,
Could you describe me?
Elaine, whatever her character's name is in the movie, she was like, "Yeah, America needed a classic hero, essentially." So when she says this, Bob comes onto the screen as a white dude, as we already knew, but with blonde hair. So that's a classic hero. White and blonde? According to who? They already did that with Superman, and we already know that white people are incapable of being powered by the sun. Let's get fucking for real for that. I mean,
Well, I'm saying it fits the MCU's narrative, though. Steve Rogers is a white blonde guy.
Which is why, what's his name? Sam. Is his name Sam?
Sam.
He'll never get a shot because of that. So if white and blonde is your classic hero, what the fuck are you trying to really?
That's I think you're reading too far into that. Like,
Am I?
Yeah, because it's just Anglo. Like, and it's all about who's writing it. Like, it's the art. You got to remember, all of this is art, right? At the end of the day, movies, comic books, all of it, it's art. So
and how much is the art we've been watching imitate life?
Well, I think they work together to imitate. Now, since 1912, we know it very clearly that the majority of this commercial, large-based art, the stuff that we're talking about right now, is controlled by Hollywood. And Hollywood is controlled by narrative writers that want to program us with thought processes. So yes, things like racism and sexuality of children and all kinds of different shit get written into that stuff to plant it into our brain. Violence, rebellion, things like that. You know what I mean? It's all programmed into us.
Because I'll say this from my perspective, having been around so many racists in the world, there are scenes, whether it be with Harrison Ford and the Black Cap, whether it be with how forget what her name is on the movie, Elaine is describing things like there are things that they want to say, but they say other things to make it nice. All right.
Well, see, that's kind of where it falls into Rick's kind of description of it. They want you people. I hate to say it like this because it sounds really bad, but people like you, Al, they want you to see that. They want you to be like, oh, you know, this, and this. And I know you've seen some shit in your life. Like, I'm not gonna take that from you. But these higher ups want me and you to not be friends. Because they know that the second all of us do this, their little petty bullshit ain't gonna work no more.
That's the unity. When we
They
all
don't want that. So they're gonna make it seem worse than it really is.
Yeah, always. They gotta keep us hating.
Yeah, which I can't take nothing from you. I know you've seen some shit in your lifetime. And I can't speak on it because I haven't.
I'll say this. Essentially, those niggas wanted to call this nigga a nigga in the film. They just couldn't because they were trying to be cowardly white niggas. That's just basically how
honestly,
it is.
it would have been better if they did say it.
Yeah, be real. Now let's get it. Let's get into a good movie from beginning to motherfucking end.
Let's go.
Sinners. Sinners. Like the levels, the symbolism, the acting. Bro, Michael B. Jordan, mucho props to you. I mean, everybody in the cast.
Oh yeah.
What is it with these people named Michael Jordan? They're just good at what they do.
and look, he was great, and especially in both characters.
Playing twins, that's always a very tricky thing to do.
But everybody else, including the two extra white folks with Remick, like everybody was just freaking awesome in this movie.
Yes, very much so.
In so for those of you that don't know, you guys did notice how the twins were dressed differently.
Yes.
Do you guys know why?
No.
Okay, so they were peddling Irish beer, Italian wine.
Right.
They were both in Chicago.
Right.
Working for Capone. Now, the way it's kind of broken down, they didn't know that these guys were twins. These guys both infiltrated both gangs at the same time.
Yep.
Robbed them both. They mentioned the robberies several times. They just don't go into details. But as far as like their dress, one of them is dressed the way the Irish gangsters would be, and I think that would have been
Stack.
Oh,
I think because of the hat, I want to say Stack might have been with the Italian. I could be wrong. But their hats tell you the smoke, which is the serious one, infiltrated the Irish gang, stacked the Italian gang.
Hmm.
Essentially, their dress essentially tells you that.
Yeah, see, I didn't catch that.
Now,
I'm gonna have to rewatch that movie now.
their plot scheme was just brilliant because nobody knows that they're brothers. Nobody knows that they're twins. As far as they're concerned, it's one person, so they're never going to look or blame the black guy, if you will.
Hmm.
So they make it out clean. They got the money to push the shit. Now they make it back home. And that's when shit starts. Now, I'm going to, this movie gets an automatic 5 out of 5 blunts. I'm just going to throw
Oh,
that out there right away.
Mine gets 6 out of 5.
But here are my gripes with it. As smart as some of the things were playing out, let's fast forward to the scene where you already shot Haley up. Spoiler for everybody. If you haven't seen the movie, too bad. She's run out of the fucking joint. First mistake you make, you tell everybody to leave. Okay. That's number one. Now, Cornbread comes back into the picture. My man did a phenomenal job too, man. I love that
God,
dude.
yes.
yep.
He was great. Now he shows up. You already kind of getting the vibe like this nigga ain't right. He starts to walk away but say, "Hey, well, can I at least get my money?" Okay, cool. If your intent was to give him the money because you want to pay the man, why would you reach your hand? Now, if it wasn't for that mojo bag, he'd have got bit. I don't know if you guys kind of noticed that during the movie. That mojo bag saved his life. And when he
Multiple
took
times.
it off,
Multiple times.
yeah. And when he took that off, we all saw what happened. But we'll get to that. But either way, you're gonna stick your hand out instead of just throwing the money. I mean, there were just certain things. Why not just throw the money at him?
Throw that out like a stripper.
Mm-hmm.
And you just, ugh.
Dice
And-
got it quick because they do a thing there where right when she turns around to come back, you see just like the scene where he flies up into the air and then it just flashes back
Yes.
then. So Dice called it right then. I was like, we're about to see some Dust Till Dawn shit right here. Because this to me is basically another Dust Till Dawn in every fucking way.
Except better.
Yeah, way better. Because when you look at, I
Well, Dust
mean,
Till Dawn was an amazing movie 23 years ago. What are you guys talking about? It's just it's a different genre telling the same story.
telling a much better story because they kind of give you the life of what it was like to be a black person back at that time.
It's a different story.
Yeah, I mean, with from dusk till dawn, it was more action and nakedness. Again, it was a great movie for its time, but like with this one, you're getting to where you're seeing the life. Now they didn't go too deep, because they were kind of fast forwarding to where slavery was at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see the guys picking cotton, of course. Black only joint. Now, in the beginning, when they're buying that shit from the white dude, he was like, are y'all twins or something? You see Stan, nah, we just cousins.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
You saw right then and there that white dude. So I don't know if you guys caught on to it, but I already knew. You're in the South. Again, it's Mississippi. Like some of these were just kind of being placed out there for you to see.
Deep in the South.
Mm.
And I like the Asian lady. Now there was a lot of hate for her.
Well, because she was
Now
a dumb
I will
bitch.
I will say this about the Asian community. They kind of showed you with the Asian community, unlike the whites, the Asians will have businesses in the hood. They'll take black money. They'll party with black people. And even in this movie, you kind of see it. Because when shit hit the fan in this movie, what does she tell her husband? We agreed
To
to
help
take
them.
care of the party,
Yeah.
but not this. And in real life, the Asian community will milk the black community because black money is big in America, real big in America. They will milk the black dollar. But what have you seen the Asian community do for black problems?
Oh, well,
I'll wait. Anything? Now, the only good, now in this one, the seven deadly sins are kind of represented in everybody. Sammy, the guitarist, Sloth,
I
that
love
bitch, the
Sammy.
Asian Pride. Oh, I love that too. But we're gonna get into that in a second. That scene where she's like, "Yeah, come on in, motherfuckers." Think about it like this:
Oh yeah.
Remick already made it clear that he knew about her daughter because they share a hive mind. Had they gone into town, there would have been more vampires. Along now, granted, she was only thinking about her daughter, but she
That,
actually saved the town.
no, that was
You
her
know,
point. No. She was and it started that. We're kind of at the end of the movie there, but
close.
her the start of her thought process began with that, but then it turned into she said, "You know what? We can't let them move on." Like that, she pretty much words it like that. Like we can't let them keep going. Like,
Like,
you
we
know
need
what
to
I mean?
make a move. Like when she called out Smoke, talking about, I thought you were a soldier.
Yeah, I thought you were a soldier.
Back in those days, it was okay to slap a bitch for coming, getting out of line. Like, I was just waiting. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Hey,
bitch, who the fuck you think you talking to? Like, you the only Asian bitch in here, but you're like, do you see where you at?
I
Like, bitch, who
just
you?
the first time I watched the movie Al, all I could think the whole time was like, yo, did they make this movie for Al?
They
Because
definitely did.
Oh,
to me, this movie right here represents like everything Al when it comes to what you like in entertainment and shit. Like it was just,
pimping.
I was like,
Take.
damn, man, you got a personalized movie.
I know I'm all over the place, but let's take it back to where Sammy starts to perform at the fucking place. Now, before we get into the beauty of the music and the culture and everything,
Oh yeah,
let's rewind. And I want you guys, because
it turned
you
into
guys are probably you guys aren't thinking about it, but I am. Can you imagine what that place smelled like? Because I'm gonna paint the picture for you. I'm gonna paint the picture. The old man on a harmonica
oh yeah.
was out in the sun playing the harmonica in those same clothes, drunk as fuck. It's hot as hell in Mississippi. Okay. When they picked up cornbread, what was cornbread doing when he was picked up?
He's picking
Picking
cotton.
cotton.
Mm-hmm. In the fucking heat. All right. Perline. Now, granted, a lot of people online were saying she was wearing the same dress as the party. No, she wasn't. But I'm pretty sure she didn't have time to shower. And
They
if she
kept
did,
sweating.
she still walked to the joint because there was no public transportation, especially for black people. So all those folks out there picking cotton all day long, no shower, no nothing, sweating it up in this juke joint.
Right?
Hey,
And
man.
we all know. And what did
Hey,
Sammy do? What did Sammy do? That's a nasty nigga, boy. That is a nasty nigga, boy.
Yeah, but
He was
uh,
you're
like,
looking at
hey,
you're looking at it from like how we live now. You got to
oh,
think back then
man.
that
Do you
was
know how
not
much
normal.
stinkier it was back then? That shit probably smelled like shit, bro.
Yeah, but they probably are used to that shit.
yeah,
Oh.
I think there was
We're used to people
that,
smelling
that,
good.
yeah,
they
that
said,
probably smelled very, very good to him.
somebody in it said it smelled like burnt rubber. Is what it smelled like in there when they were talking about what it smelled like.
Mm.
Tobacco and burnt rubber or something. There was a comment. I can't. I'm gonna watch it again. I've already watched it twice, but I want to watch it again. I want to go to the theater. By the way, I'm putting this out there. Total recommendation: go see it at the theater because of the music alone.
Oh, absolutely, dude. When Stack picks up Sam, he was like, "Go on and play something." Everything on Michael B. Jordan's face just showed pure joy at what he was like.
Mhm.
Michael B. Jordan was fucking phenomenal in this movie,
Oh,
bro.
he was great.
And the kid who played Sam too. Let's
Yes.
get into the music. When Remick hears the music, now for those that don't know, I'm not going to go into it, but Lucifer is the angel of music.
Yep.
Food for thought.
Music is the first sin.
Mhm.
Sorry.
You see Remick's view of the juke joint when he's looking at it, hearing the music. Okay, that's him seeing the future and what he's about to do.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if you guys took it that way or saw it that way,
absolutely.
but in his face when he hears that, because you see the way the music touched Stack, it touched Remick the same way, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna burn this motherfucker down, boy." He's like, "I'm gonna take everything that's theirs, just like most white races like to do, and then I'm gonna burn that motherfucker down." That's the symbolism I got from that.
He wanted their music too, Al.
And
he wanted
he did.
their music.
Mhm.
They want everything from us, brother.
Mhm.
I'm not just before you even go deeper. That's his whole point. He's a lemuric. He's a devil. Okay, he's a Lucifer, and he wanted them specially because that's the whole point that he makes okay. So right after they do their ceremony, the point you were getting at there, the first time that the music really gets going down in there, right? And you see it start to spin, and you can see lineage. What you're talking about there
Oh,
is
it's so beautiful. Past, present, future.
I never recommend anything, but if you know how if you know how to use certain hallucinogens, and you can do the very thing that you see there happening in the dance with the right sounds, the right music at the right hertz, the right waves, and the right frequencies, right? The things that we talk about when we talk about the concerts with the sounds and the lights combined together. That stuff right there that you see, you can make it happen if you know how to go to fourth and fifth dimension. That's exactly what it looks like. You can look at someone and you can see their future and their past all at the same time. That whole shit it showed, the way that their voice was so good. Sammy was so good that
You can pierce that veil.
white boy wanted his shit. What he wanted the most was because we're gonna make music forever. Da, 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 da. Because when he takes them, he gets those powers from them. He wanted Sammy's music power. Period. That's what that whole symbolism was about there. But yeah, obviously they want to take everything. And that's why, them doing the shit with the clan shit that you're gonna get into for the end. Oh, love it.
I love one of the other scenes that I love because I've seen a lot of clips on TikTok where white folks were walking out in certain scenes, and I can understand with some of the religious shit that comes into play. One of my favorite scenes is when Remick has Sammy in the water, and then Sammy starts to pray the Lord's Prayer, if you will.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, if you ever watched past movies like Stigmata, Hellraiser, there are certain things that they tell you that the church is just a building. Some of the things that you're saying are just words and hold no meaning. I loved how the whole time, not only was he repeating the Lord's Prayer, but he was baptizing him as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he was letting them know how, yes, I remember when the oppressors first came here and forced this upon us. Because if you don't know, white men invented all religion. So if that hurts your feelings, I'm sorry. That's just truth. Deal with it. And bro. And he's like, you know what? Even though I know this is bullshit, it still brings me comfort. That made me laugh. Because I could understand how that could be offensive to those uptight religious folks. And pimping. That guitar was his savior. As much as his dad demonized his music, that guitar essentially saved his life.
Yeah, but his dad made the call. No, it didn't. The guitar was the reason he was there. So you can't really say that. But in the end, it did. Obviously,
in the end, it saved his life.
Yes,
because there was no way he was letting that go.
The very first scene lays it all out for you. All right, his dad tells him. His dad tells him, right? You're gonna go out there. You're gonna bring the devil back with you. Like he's, you know what I mean. So, but again, look, and then it makes him look all holy. But what does he do anyway? He stays playing that motherfucker till his last day.
Which is one thing that I say though, like you go into the movie thinking, oh, this is about the twins. Michael B. Jordan's the star. It's going to be about them. The story is really about Sammy.
It is 100%.
And I love that they kind of go back and forth where it's like, okay, we're going to focus on the twins right now. But don't forget, Sammy's still here, and he's really the star of the show. It's about Sammy. I mean, the first scene shows you, because in my mind, when I first saw that first scene, he's going back and he's going to the church and he's looking like he's a zombie, vampire, whatever you want to call it. And he's got that fucking guitar right there with him.
But you notice how his dad had to invite him in when he opened them doors?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have to, though. He didn't
but
have
then
to
it's.
I know. I'm just playing into it.
But then at the end it switches because it shows him just making it back and he's not been bitten.
And he kept his word. He told his dad to be back in the morning.
Well, I'm saying to that point, Remick told him that this is about him. Like he told him, "You're what I want. Like you're it."
He's like, "Give us Sammy, we'll let you live."
He wanted Sammy's powers, his strength with the music, bro. 100%.
Honestly, that scene where Remick is looking at the future, essentially, I took it like with black people, without question, all the oppression, everything that's happened throughout our history, like we still gonna find a way to like persevere. That's the way I looked at that.
Yeah,
Like
of course.
even with
'Cause,
that place
again,
burning down, they're still rocking. Like they're still going. You know.
the old man pointed it out. He said, "Yeah, they pushed that religion shit on us, but this music,
Hmm.
this comes from home. This is us."
Yeah.
And true religion is what Annie was practicing. For those that don't like what I'm saying, hey, I'm sorry, but not sorry.
And honestly, to be fair, like Remick is a very complicated villain or
Oh, absolutely.
antagonist, let's say, because a lot of the stuff he was saying was true. He did give
Very.
them the truth about what the clan had planned for them. He did offer them a freedom. Granted, it would be away from God. So
Well,
I
you're
get that part.
stuck here forever until you and then you just turn into dust. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was offering them something that they definitely weren't gonna have if had Remick not shown up, like they would have been slaughtered because they would have not known that was about to happen. You know.
Oh, yeah.
So
Now, let me pose you this question, Marcus.
Hmm.
Because what you missed when your shit was malfunctioning, the first thing I said to you was, "Hey, little bro, the last time I seen you was the last time I seen the sun."
mm,
Now, in this movie, who do you see yourself as, Stack or Smoke? If we were going to be twins, and if you were the twin that got bit,
I
would you
mean,
turn me or would you leave me the way you did?
I would let you decide. Like my thing was the way that Smoke was acting. Zach should just let him leave. Should just let him alone. Like he clearly doesn't want to turn, bro. Like I mean, I don't know. I would want to give a person that choice, like because I would say like that's like eternal damnation. So
I don't know.
like, why would I
I
want to share that?
I'm gonna give you the choice that I was not given.
Now, for me, I see traits of myself in both twins, depending on the situation. Now, if I was the one that got bit, like when my man said, "Hey, I can't do this shit without you."
Mm-hmm.
Like Marcus, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna get you to reach your hand out that door. I'm gonna snatch your ass up. I'm gonna bite you.
And you said that earlier. To be fair, at that point in time, they didn't know what they were dealing with. Like they knew something was wrong with Cornbread, but they didn't know. Oh, we're dealing with vampires. We got to invite these fuckers in. He can grab. Like they didn't know every detail. Like Andy
Well,
figured it out.
the only one that had an
after.
inkling was that Haitian, the chick that gave him
Yeah.
the little pouch thing, the protective.
I loved
pouch.
her. She was great.
She
Yeah,
is beautiful.
She was.
I'm gonna say the women in this movie were absolutely beautiful. The Asian chick, Perline.
Was casted great across the board.
Yeah, this cast was, dude. Everybody was great, man. Remick, the two guys that he brought along with him, and I don't know if you guys know the relation between the Choctaw Indians and the Irish. Not to go too deep, but something about the Irish had a big famine, and the Choctaw Indians were responsible for helping them out and taking care of them. Now,
Then those were Irish slaves too. Those weren't settlers. Those were slaves.
those Choctaw Indians, man, they disappeared right after. Like they were, even though they knew those motherfuckers were KKK, they were still trying to do the right thing and help them out.
Mm-hmm.
But they chose life when they looked up at the sun. It was like, hey, we got to go.
Yeah.
Fuck these niggas, we got to go. But then you never see him again. But then the night fell. They were I'm pretty sure they just sought shelter. So of course
they made the right choice, man. You gotta get out of there.
I know one thing that I do love specifically about the conversation I was just having about the twins is bro could have killed the one who got bit.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
Stack tried to bite him.
At the end,
he couldn't.
He
couldn't because of the mojo bag.
Bro goes out killing all of those white racist motherfuckers.
Oh, that was so
and he
beautiful.
gets to see his fucking baby boy. And
you see, that's another thing.
I cried in the fucking theaters like a newborn baby when that scene popped up.
Now, Rick, you can relate to the ancestral plane, the spirits, and all that, dude. That's what for those that there's your true religion right there. If you want to know what true religion is, look that up. That, and of course, yeah, because she explained how the soul is trapped and can't go nowhere when you become a
Mhm.
vampire.
Correct.
And she
Exactly.
explains
You
when
are
you pass on, you get to be with your ancestors, just like Black Panther showed you. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. I fucking now. I want to ask you this. Do you think was it Mary? I loved all her lines in this movie. I almost threw up a little bit with the spit scene in the mouth, but
You
it
loved it.
still
Shut up. You loved
it still slightly turned me on, but almost made me throw up.
You're like jerky,
I,
jerky.
I,
You know how
I
you
felt
get
nauseous and turned on at the same time. That
Nah,
was
he's
just.
like this. He's like, Micah, are you awake still?
That's like two girls, one cup. Like you can't.
But do you think
I don't know.
now
No.
we all know the relationship between Smoke and Annie? That was true love
Yeah.
because Matt just explained it. Do you think what Mary and Stack had was true love, and do you think what she did was selfish? In how
No,
she
she got
turned Stack.
attacked. She got attacked. She got turned. She got turned. So you can't. You no. Like 100%, 100%. I think he was okay with going with her.
I
Like,
think he was just
and
wanting some
that's
pussy.
kind of the
His
premise.
personality fit that of a vampire.
Yes. Like that. I think it's. I think like if you really dissect it, like if you look at like if you put layers into it to the depth, you're looking at one dude, not two. Like you
Because they
understand?
both had different personalities.
It's twins, but it's not really. You're looking at like that's like Pixie shit. Like that's both of you for all of us.
Yeah,
Like when you put,
I was
you know
gonna
what I mean?
say two sides of a different coin of the same coin.
You said it out. I can see my traits in both, and there's a reason for that. I think that's part of the depth. Like you were talking about, like there's a lot of things in the movie that are very clearly there, but they don't spell it out for you. If you're not able to see it, you're not going to find it, and that's one of those things. I think it's a Pixies thing, devil, angel, the whole night. Because now it legitimately makes you like both of them.
Oh, absolutely.
You're okay
Absolutely.
with him as a vampire, and you're okay with him not being a vampire.
Now, I want to ask you this, Rick, being that you're into music as well. Tell me you noticed the difference between the frequency in music, if you will, when Sammy was doing his thing and when Remick was doing his thing.
100%. So both of those, well, what they were doing was not. They were like ceremony. Both times that both main scenes of music. All right. So we talked about it a little bit earlier, which is the first scene when Mary and Stack are dancing and it starts to spin around them and you start to see all that shit happen. And then the not necessarily the first time that those guys the white guys start singing outside the gate, but when they go into the big one, when they're all in the water and they have the big group of them and they're doing the dancing and all of that shit, and it kind of does it. Those are all musical. Those are the same thing as the Indians. So like it says it in the beginning of the movie when it says each different tribes style. You know what I mean? The firewalkers with the Indians and things like that. So like Mom was able to chime in a lot of that because we have some Indian lineage and some close enough Native Americans that she was able to explain some of the symbolism that we saw in it. And it's the same thing when they do dances with the drums, or when you see like Africans, same thing when they're doing those tribal dances and things. It gets made fun of by Hollywood so that we
Of
take it as
course.
a joke, but that shit is real as fuck. Things like rain dances and fertility dances and food dances and things like that, and then there's demonic type too. It all works, bro. It's real as fuck. Go to a concert.
So, what did y'all give this movie, man? Who wants to go first?
A 5 out of 5 once, easy call. And like we talked about on our last 5 out of 5, this is the best 5 out of 5 period. So this is top rated movie we reviewed 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And I recommend everyone go to the movie and watch it before it's over.
Yeah, I would too.
So exciting.
Marcus?
Yeah, it's 5 out of 5. Great movie. It's probably Coogler's best movie, considering Black Panther was awesome, the first one. I'd say it's his best movie he's made.
I'll probably
I'll give
second
it a
that.
5.
Yeah, I second that. Matt?
I mean, this is for sure a 10 out of 5. Like I said it a
Amen to
couple
that.
weeks ago, this I'm not a big show, movie, TV watcher. I went out of my way to go see this in the theaters, which is something I do not do. I'm just like you, Al. I can't do it. I went out of my way to go see this movie. I cried in this movie. I laughed in this movie.
I did too, man.
I enjoyed this fucking movie. It was the best movie I've seen in years, and I will stand behind that. If somebody else is saying something different, we can fight.
Mhm. What up, Gabe? What you got?
I definitely give it a 5 out of 5 as well. I think the acting was phenomenal. One thing I have to say though, I didn't understand. So like the head guy, he got killed. The rest of them died too, right?
Not the case. I know
No.
they felt his pain, but
The
I don't
narrator
think
was explaining it. The narrator was explaining it. So the next time you watch it again, you'll probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna watch it
He's
again.
explaining it. No, he says some of them, and it shows it right as they're walking in the bar, and they walk in there to see Sammy when he's an old man. You know, after he does his last performance, and he brings out the guitar, and they see him, and it's the '90s and all that shit. Right? That's when he puts this like the bow on the explanation and says, not all of them will die. Some of them will live forever and keep on living. And there's like a little explanation there. I don't want to misquote it too far, but if you watch that part again, you'll get the explanation of that. 100%. It says it all right there. There's certain ones that won't die just because the leader dies. They have to have certain traits. It goes back to it. It like again, like I said, it like literally like glamorize or like kind of makes you know the two of them into kind of a hero too. You know, I don't know how to describe it. They didn't make they do a really good job of making the making the three, making him the main vampire guy. What's his name? Oh my god, what's his name? What's the white boy's name?
Oh, Remick.
Remick. Remick is the bad guy, and the guy who owned the property. That's the head of the clan. Those are the bad guys. You know what I mean? Not
Because essentially, like Remick himself wasn't racist. You know, he just wanted a clan of his own.
Yeah, he wanted everyone. He didn't care.
But yeah, great movie.
It was
Great
definitely
movie.
a great movie. Recommend going to go to the theaters, man. Go watch that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yes, check it out. That's Sinners. I think it's for rent on the streaming services. But again, check it out in theater. Probably get a better experience if you don't have a loud chewer next to you. But we want to thank you for listening, joining us. Please remember, like, subscribe, share. And feel free to chime in if you didn't get to while we were live. You know, we'll definitely respond to it. We're hoping to have a special guest next week, so we'll see how that works out. We'll keep you posted. Thank you for joining us again. I'm Al, joined by Gabe, Rick, Marcus, and Matt. Peace.
Shout out Blunt Lab.